refresh, just because I've been having some glitches in the game. Like my vehicles, they're not spawning in the same spot. They're like flying across the map. It's crazy. It's nonsense. Okay, so we're gonna set some goals. Number one's probably gonna be fixing that damn computer. Okay, number one's gonna be getting to the moon. Number two is gonna be finding all the research. Maybe we'll get a good start too. It's pretty good. I can see compound already. Is there any resin nearby? Okay, so you start with nothing, and the first thing you're going to need are tethers, which you need compound for. So, this kind of white stuff is compound. And it's pretty useful. I'd say it's probably one of the most useful things in this game. Oh, there's a solar panel over there. So the reason why I'm expanding my base is so I have a more, is to create tethers for oxygen. Because if you run away from your tether, you start to slowly lose oxygen. And even though it's not like that much of oxygen lost right now, later on it will be a lot more probably. So then the second thing I'm going to do is, because I have so much compound, I'm going to create a solar vein. This will give me energy, and as you can see, my oxygen is slowly going down. So the solar energy will be helpful when the sun comes out. And yeah, you can die if you don't have enough oxygen, you can suffocate. So when you connect to the blue, it gives you oxygen. So I'm pretty much almost done with this compound field. I just need to mine it a little more. And then up next is just making sure I've mined it all, so I'm just gonna kind of hit every little side and dig a little deeper. Usually in smaller fields you can get 4 compounds, which if you count, I used 1 to make the tethers, I used 1 to make the solar, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total. So 1 more than the normal. So now what I'm doing is I'm looking for resin, which happens to be right here. It's like these little blue tubes, or little purpley tubes. And so what I'm going to do is, yeah, and it's telling me that I need to collect the resin, so. Usually with resin you can collect anywhere from 5 to 8. And then there's, and that's all on 1 vein of resin, so. Resin fields are pretty good. Oh, and look, there's some more compound it looks like, so we'll need that later. And then over there it looks like hydrazine. Resin is probably the most used tool in this game. It helps to create all your bases. So I'm going to need 5 resin to start, or I'm going to try to get 5 resin to start, and then I will keep building from there. The 5 resin is, you need 1 to build just the plot that you're going to build things on, and then you need 2 to build any module, And then there's this, resin just has a couple functions. Mainly it's for base building. So we're going to want to collect a lot of it, so we can have a lot of things on our base. Because every single function will use resin, so yeah, I was able to collect 4, just a little on the low side. And then see here it's telling me to extend my base. This is actually done in a really neat way, where you just click it and it just snaps to. And I'm actually going to extend this. I actually want to extend it this way. And then the first thing I will do is create a research. So I need to fill this up with resin. And as you can see, a printer uses copper, but we're going for research, which uses compound. This will help you advance to the next stages of the game. Even though there's no official stages, we're going to create one more solar panel, so we can stick it right over here. So that way our base can have its own solar also. As you can see, this is slowly filling up. This has to fill up all the way before research can be used. Now luckily, research isn't actually that hard to find. Especially where we're at. It's actually just right up here in these trees. So every major structure, as of right now, and every large tree has research on top of it. And then smaller structures and shorter flora and fauna usually have research underneath them. So yeah, so my backpack's empty. I'm going to continue my quest for resin, and while I'm doing it I'm just going to collect compound because I see compound over there. That looks like 2 fields of compound, which should yield me quite a bit. And if you can find enough, or if you can create a large enough energy production, then you don't even have to stop when you run out of, like, you'll never run out of energy if you create a large enough energy production. So we're gonna create 2 more solar panels, one so I can put on the base, and then one so I can wear. Because for now, compound or collecting things by using solar panels is going to be the most efficient. Later on, we'll create some batteries and a couple other things. So, and yeah, right now we're mainly looking for resin, but I'll go ahead and start mining some of this compound. Oh, and looks like I need another tether. Another set of tethers. So. And as you can see, you can place these too far, which will then not give them power. Okay, so that looks like all I can use for all I can suck up for now. And ooh, little glitch slide there. It's useful for going down hills, other than that, not very. And we'll see what this was. Hopefully it's something that I can use. Copper, resin. Oh, okay, it's just gonna be research. Trade platform. Oh, sweet. So yeah, so we'll put that there, and then we'll go ahead and create another set of tethers, and then that should be all the tethers that I'll need for now. And I'll go ahead and just set these aside. So that way I can go find more things. As you can see, you can create beacons, you can create batteries with lithium, tanks, oxygen tanks with titanium. So lithium and titanium become very useful later because you can hook up oxygen tanks with a solar panels. A generator is you can feed the generator organics and create power. And I'm gonna create a beacon just in case I find a mine, start of a mine over here, so that way I can come back to it. Or maybe not really a mine, but like, you know, an underground cavern, because those are quite useful in this game, so you don't have to just dig through all of the world to find resources. Wow. Dang, there's a lot of compound in here. Okay. We're just gonna do a quick run around and look for some resin. Because like I said, you use resin to build the base. It's much easier to play this game if you're able to successfully build your base. So yeah. Well, I guess I'll start grabbing a couple of these research pods. Since I can't really do anything in the dark right now. Yes, even though it's really bright outside, this is the night. Unfortunately, you don't get solar from the night. Wow, it got really humid in here. Oh, what is this? Okay, so yeah, I'll just run around and find some more research modules. If you're able to get a good angle, you can look straight up the trees and see them. So, you do run slower with the research modules. And if you get this game and you want to look at the controls, you just have to go to your main menu and look at the controls to see how to do things. It's pretty normal. There's like, you know, your run function, your walk function, your jump, and you know, just normal things. Yeah, we really need resin. Better connect. So it looks like there's some resin over here, so I'm gonna go ahead and tap into that. These resources, the ones with the arrow sticking out of them, you just have to put your mouse right on the arrow and you'll suck straight from it. And what these do is they allow you just to suck right out of it. So as you can see, I got some resin. Without having to do much else than just show up. And those refill over time. I think it takes about 5 to 6 in-game days for it to fully refill. So if you know where a few are, then it's really nice to just go back to them and use them if you can. So yeah, we're going to build another. And then we'll be able just to stick some compound on these. That way it's taking up less space. Okay, and these are like little parts of a spaceship. If you get close enough, they launch off and they have things in them. So aluminum is very useful. And organic is kind of useful, but not really. Oh look, we found some resin over here. So this is where we'll draw our next tether line. And look, there is a mine. Oh no. I gotta get to my base. Please. Don't kill me. Okay. So this is a dust storm. They're fairly annoying. The good thing is, as of right now, you can still do things while you're trapped inside of your base. The only way to escape this is to be underground or you can make it easier to get. We got a fuel condenser. So that's pretty useful. Right now, not so much, but later on, the condenser's time to do it for you. As I've found, it's the best way to farm resources because you can easily get hydrogen in the air. You can easily get anyway. So you can easily get hydrogen from farming them from fuel condensers and start using the trade platform, which is the other thing that we found, to create an infinite resource of finding things. So just a little useful. So we have 2 more. So we'll go ahead and plop something down. Printer is really good. Got stuck there. Fuel condenser, like I said. We need to get a printer first so we can go look for copper. Smelter is also really good, so we'll probably build one of those if we can't just find copper outright. And then aluminum is needed for a vehicle bay and trade platform. So right now we're just looking for a printer, and if we can't find it, then we'll go ahead, or if we can't find copper, then we'll go ahead and oh, so looks like we found something in the research module instead of actual research. So that's fine. And what I'm going to do now is go back to that resin field that's over here somewhere. So once your base is finished stocking up its resources, the extra power does go to you across this line, across the tether line. So when you're able to... Oh, sweet. Little crash spaceship. So when you're able to, it's nice to get stuff. So I'm just gonna drop this beacon right here. And I want to create another beacon. I'll put that at the other site. So here you get to see crash sites offer various benefits. This one being it already has some copper, it has some titanium, and it has organic. So we probably won't waste that first titanium, but we'll certainly keep it in mind. Here's another research module, this one being an actual part of a spaceship. And if you want to micromanage a little bit, you can drop these and pick them up from behind you. And it's just it's a little faster than normal. So we'll go ahead and drop that other beacon. And so what I've found is usually all the research doesn't come from one particular type of research thing. So these research blocks, although they look cool, they don't always provide every single bit of research. Sorry, hold on. Got a little bit humid outside. I'm gonna turn on the fan and keep going. Oh, look, we found some more titanium. That's actually extremely lucky. finding 2 titaniums allows us to go ahead and use one to create a tank. Which becomes very useful as you're able to put your solar down. As you're able to put your solar down where you want. And kind of forget about it. For now. So the tank will create more oxygen for us to run around with. Oh, actually, we will take one of these and we'll put this back. Just so I can turn it into more. So now what we're looking for is, you know, like lithium or... but first we're going to go back and collect all this resin that we found. And I should be able to fill up most, if not all, of my backpack with this resin. And then the other resin. So we'll just, you know, drop our tether a little bit more. Drop this tether a little bit more. And then pretty soon what I'll do is we'll start exploring those caves. For now, while we're waiting for our resources to jump back up, we're just gonna move some things around. Ooh. There's the other one. Yeah, usually these sites have two sections, so. Oh, maybe there's some more in here. Just a little bit. So yeah, we'll kind of multitask a little bit. Just because we have a little bit of time while we really can't do anything. You know, waiting for our resources to refresh and waiting for our power to come back. My hope is that we find like a lot more interesting things in these research modules than we've been finding. Or we find like advanced resources. That would be really good too. Find some lithium, some... What the heck just happened? Oh, okay. There it goes. Oh, that was weird. I accidentally touched the top of my... double-clicked the top of my screen and it maximized the whole thing and took away from everything else. Oh, there it goes again. What the heck? That's never happened to me before. And I've just done it twice in less than 5 minutes. Less than a minute probably, actually. Okay. So, it looks like I'm going to continue with this stuff and grow it out this way. You can grow it any way that you want. And over here, our goal is to build a smelter. And we actually have all the resources for that, so we'll just go ahead and build it. That way it can start recharging. And I'll drop this organic over here. And then on this side I'll build some more, another path. And this path will be the path that I'll do to start creating I'll probably extend it all the way out to like here or so. And then I'll start creating a farm for hydrogen and stuff. Just because it seems to be the most efficient. So what I'll do is right now I'm going to research all of these. Ooh, power cells. Power cells give you a quick little burst of energy. They're used by creating them from compound, and they come fully charged. And then when they're kind of like you know, one-time use batteries. So it looks like I found some copper. So we're gonna go ahead and build a printer, which will help with everything else, especially like if we're running out of storage over here. It'll help a lot with that. If we can find the proper research, / if we need the proper research for it. So you can build a straight solar panel, a larger one, which is what I will do, because it is really efficient, and I can just set it right here, and it uses up some of the space that I've been wasting. So yeah, this one's about 4 times faster than one of these. And now I'm going to build some storage. And I'll probably put the storage right there. Oh, and there's some, also known as fuel. Unfortunately, I can't do much with it for now. Later, if I end up creating a trade platform, it will be very useful. And there's some compound, which I can actually use. So, all in all, pretty good stuff from that research. It's really, at the beginning of the game, it's really nice to get all the different research you can, just so that way you can kind of cut some corners and do some different things. So, as you can see, I'm not losing any power because my backpack's going to be full power because I'm siphoning it off of the buildings because I just added that larger solar panel and I already have the 3 smaller ones.